Welcome back to Longhorn Transport and Salvage, episode 6. We're gonna, and looks like we got good audio, so that's good. Looks like those pirates are still hanging out, but they're far enough away it's not gonna be a problem. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got now. I was actually debating on this whole engine display thingy back here. I don't know. I was kind of feeling like I needed to do something a little bit different with that, but I'm not sure what I want to do. I was thinking that maybe we could incorporate, instead of doing a large hydrogen tank, maybe we can incorporate a bunch of small ones into the superstructure, then have this cargo bay be a slightly bigger, maybe put a ramp on it, and then put these on sponsons on the sides up above. I mean, we're still going to put some fins and stuff like that, but I was thinking about rearranging the engines, making this a little bit of a sleeker ship, is what I was thinking. And then if we did that, as much as I hate to say it, we'd probably have to rotate that back down on the side, because we'll probably be running conveying along the sides, because you know what we could do? We could set up a set of doors on the bottom, doors on the top. The top would be for things flying in, and the bottom would be things for being dropped off, and maybe we could actually build like a platform or something on this level here, right there. Yeah, that might be kind of cool. Yeah, we set up put a rotor on one side, rotor on the other side, and then just set it up so that we've got small pistons and then a small grid thing right here, and then, well, then we'd have to have the bottom right there. I don't know, because I kind of want this to be able to drop down onto the planet's surface. If we're going to do that, we'll probably put a large grid, we have to put a couple of large grid thrusters somewhere, and then we could actually pull that off. If we move that assembly back this way, that would make a difference too. I don't know. First of all, we've got these hydrogen tanks set up. We're definitely going to put a hydrogen thruster here. I really need to make a decision, however, on the whole thruster assembly situation here too. Yeah, we really need to make some decisions actually, because this, if I'm going to rotate this, I want to do it before I start filling it up, because right now it's getting pretty full, and yeah, that's going to be problematic. Let's see here. Yeah, see, this is where we'll put the doors if they were on the side, but if we're not doing the side of it, we can actually run a conveyor line over to here, but that eliminates the external access to that, and I kind of like the external access actually. We could still do conveying though, but we'd have to run it all the way along here. But I don't know, let's see here. We don't have to run this conveyor down here. We could actually do, oh, we could just still do conveying on the sides. And then we could have, but here's the trick. This entire floor would have to be made into an elevator or a descending ramp. But I think that it would be smarter to do an elevator setup. Can we do, well, this is probably the thing that we want to, well, if we do the floor and the ceiling, if we do the access point on the ceiling, then we can't really, let's see here. Let's get this stuff all welded up here. Most of that stuff's going to be welded up anyway, so I'm not too worried. Alright, let's get in this ship and start working on this. Yeah, I'm trying to think, guys, how I want to get this whole situation sorted with this design of this Longhorn. I had an image in my head, but that image has not stayed where it needed to be. I'm trying to think if I want to have that back end like that. Originally, that was my plan, was to have that back end go back like that. Now, these things here, we were going to put these as up here on the ceiling somewhere. Like right in here, maybe? Yeah. Let's see here. If we put those in the ceiling up here, we're going to have a conveying system to bring them in. Now, if we put them here, that would work, but we have other things over here that we don't want to mess with, so... But we could put conveying up here and run it down into there and there, which would actually work just fine. Yeah. And then we set this up with, let's see, we do a curve down. Oh, yuck. Alright. Now, you know what we could do? No. We'll do a curve down on this. And that'll come up to there. And that is where we'll put that. And then right there, you know what? We could actually, if we went here and then went across, we could put a weapon system up here. A GAT would work really well right there. Yeah. But if we did that too, we could just go with a cargo container as well, which is actually good for a GAT there. Now if we do a GAT there though, oh wait, if we do that, we're gonna have a problem. So yeah, we're not gonna do that there. Alright, so that goes here, and then up on top of this will be our an algae farm. One right there. And we'll do the same on this side. And the way I see it, if we do this right, we're not going to need to worry about
energy low.
We're not going to need to worry too much about the sun situation, because as long as we got one set up. Okay, there's that one. And then there's that. And then we take the algae farm and we put it up on top here too. There we go on that. We could put another one in the middle and then run a connection across. However, we probably don't want to do that because we gotta decide where we're gonna put this part right here. And I'm thinking back here is probably the smart place to put it because of this whole area right here, which we're probably going to set up with like some sort of table or something, I think. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's where we can put the intake and outtake fan is actually right up here. So actually, it's not a bad idea to set up. We'll do T-junctions here and here. and then we'll put, so if we put the fan there, let's see, no. Actually, let's do straight junction, and we'll actually angle it this way. And then here's where we'll put our T-junction, right there. Oh, no, wait, that's not a T, that's a curve. Because I want the fan to be back here, and we'll have the entry ladder where we can get to it right here. So let's do T there and here. Alright, cool. That works nicely. And there, this is where our access point's going to be for any kind of docking. And then we have our upper deck here. Unfortunately, when we go up on the bridge, this is just going to be open, which I'm not too terribly happy about, but we could always take this out and place something else in here, which would actually be nice, actually. In the truth of the matter, it would be very nice. Alright, and then right here is where we're going to put our, this will be our ladder down, right here. So let's go ahead and get that in place. Alright, and then ladder. Okay, cool.
No energy.
Uh-huh. Okay, cool. And I still have to decide about that huge cargo container. But I think it's going to stay okay the way it is. I think that's okay. I think it'll work just fine. Yeah, I think I like that a lot, actually. You know what we might do? We might move those oxygen tanks a little closer in towards the front of the ship, because I want to get the, we could run conveyoring around the outside of that to the other side too if we wanted to, but no, I like that. I think that's going to be really good, so. Alright. Okay, and this out here, we'll cover over a lot of this, I'm sure, with stuff. Once we get things out of the way. What's this? An inset bed. But now we have this open area here, so I like it. We'll so grind that down. Alright. Okay, cool. Now I wanted to do a, let's see, I wanted to do a, let's go with, I wanted to do this conversion one. Yeah, this transition, I like that a lot. Huh. Actually, a lighted passage there would actually make more sense. Alright, cool. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and drop these off in here. And we're gonna get started on some more work. One of the reasons why I wanted to have hydrogen engines as well is not just because I want to go planetary, guys, but also because I kind of wanted to be able to have an extra bit of get up and go, you know? Alright, let's go ahead and drop those off in there. Oh, battery's dead, huh? Okay, well, we don't need that anymore. So we will tear this battery up. Okay, so that is... I don't think that's connected to here. No. Oh, I see. Okay. So those are connected there. Okay, I just had to make sure how this was connected, because it occurred to me that that would be necessarily something we'd want to know. Okay. Okay. Let's go up here and do some work on this. Okay, so this here we're going to do... I want to do the same thing that we did that was on it before. I want that kind of like window access to the sky there. I think that's really kind of cool. Alright, so we're going to put this right there. I'm not going to worry about armor as much right now, just because I feel like it's one of those things that, we don't really have to worry about at the moment. Okay, so let's see here.
Energy low.
Yeah, energy is low. Of course it's low. Okay, I put those things in there before I... Oh, no! Before I got certain things done. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if I got access to them in here. Oh, I do. Alright, so really and truthfully, it's all about the same stupid stuff it always is. Alright, let's get this thing out of the way. Alright. I didn't see that coming.
Energy critical.
Alright, good to know that the upper level is secure. Alright. 'Cause, 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 'c And then right here is where we'll put the fan that blows down into the actual place. Okay. We're still gonna hop in here for now. Yeah, so this is coming along nice. Get this front end done, work our way towards the back. I still am on the fence about how I want to assemble the back end of things. But it might be smart. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's go down here and get some more stuff sorted here. Although this would be kind of handy if I had a grinder handy. You know, like a ship that would grind it down. That would be really, really helpful.
Inventory full.
Inventory is full, it says. Okay. Alright, so all these things.
Inventory full.
Alright.
Inventory full.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that tank is empty. We still have that tank to deal with. Let's see, what do we got here? Wait, what's... I saw a light somewhere. Oh. I see. One of those. Okay. Alright. Keep gathering more
Inventory full.
material. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that. I have no doubt what the deal is with that. Okay, motors. Okay, gravy. It's always about motors with these people. Always about the motors. Alright.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to do something about this. This inventory full stuff, because we've got... Let's drop that in there. And we're gonna drop as much of those in there as we can, because we're gonna put another, we're gonna put a gyro here, because I'm gonna need a couple of gyros anyway, so this is a good opportunity to do that. But we're gonna change the orientation of them.
Inventory full.
Okay, we'll get this one done. And we'll put our fourth battery over on the opposite side from that one.
Low.
And that should really make a difference. And our fourth battery goes right there. Cool. Might as well hit it with that. And then we'll hit another gyro here. Alright, cool. Let's go get some more materials. Alright. Gonna let that take up some stuff. Okay. Inventory is full, so that means we're going back in to work on the ship.
Energy critical.
Alright, go with light armor here. Okie dokie. And this is why I wanted access to this. These will drop right in there, nice and tidy. Now the situation with this over here is it is exposed, so we're going to need to change that. The warfare battery, well, it's exposed, but it doesn't show much. So yeah, we're going to definitely take that out. Alright, so, ooh, shoot. Okay, we need to get a recharge of a lot of stuff here, guys. So we're going to hop into our little handy dandy deal there. Uh-oh, that's not good. We don't have any more oxygen in here. No! Oh man, that sucks. Okay, and we don't have any ice anywhere. Oh dude, that's not cool. Got air tanks? No, we do not. Okay. Anything in there? No. Okay, I'm looking to see if there's anything. Yeah.
Low health.
That really sucks.
Your health is critical.
Yep, I knew that was coming. We have got to get something set up with this whole oxygen thing, guys. This is not okay. Alright, let's float up and get our stuff. Ah, man. We may have to take a break from all this fun and games and go see if we can find a an ice rock. Well, there is ice right there, 148 clicks away. But that's not very helpful for us. Um, we could just leave with the ship, but I don't know that it's with this added mass. I'm not so sure it's gonna really be helpful for us. Oh, you know what we could do? I know what we're gonna do. Why am I worried about this? We need an oxygen farm, guys. We need oxygen farms. So, what better way to do that than to slap them on here? And you know what? We could actually go with the flat ones. I like that. Alright. So actually we can get away with the T-junction. Because we're going to go T-junction, T-junction, and then here we're going to go there, and then let's find, here we are.
Meteor storm inbound.
Oh, shut up, meteor storm. Yeah, we could actually do this a couple of different ways here. If we set another one here, then we could put an additional oxygen farm there. But it's going to take a lot. We're going to need a lot of materials. So I'm hoping we can get some bulletproof glass in here. May have to take this off, unfortunately. Alright, let's see if we can find some glass. Nope. Nope. Uh-oh. Nope. Does anything have glass in here? Well, that has 10. Alright. Bam. Okay, so that takes care of... Well, it gives us 14 glass parts. I want to try to build up this oxygen situation, so... Alright, well... Okay, and in this case, we're going to go ahead, we're still going to put the... I still want to get that window in place. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and check the cargo. Nope, nothing in there. Anything in here? Nope. Alright, well, let's look over here and see if any of these have anything in them. Nope. God, how do we not have any glass? Silicone galore, but no glass. Well, that's underwhelming. Well, dang. Alright, let's get this one in play. Alright. Okay, we need computer components. Wow, how is there only 5 in here? Alright, we got 8 here. I want to get another oxygen tank set up because that air is going to be very valuable. Alright, we're getting closer, guys. We're getting closer. Alright, we're looking for... Let's see. How do I not have any more computer chips? Ah, there's 22 of them. Good. And also some other stuff too. So let's grab that and those. Alright. Alright. Huh. Well, good news is there's air. Bad news is that it's not fully conveyored in. Motors.
Energy low.
I noticed. Alright, let's get over here. Okay. Alright, so that takes care of one little deal. Let's see here. I think, well, I think we're gonna go and get some energy is what I think we're gonna do. Before we get in trouble that ways, we do have to finish this off, so we'll hit this with some grids. Let's go up here and nail this. Alright, it gives us a little bit, but we still have an O2 issue. Hopefully we can get this. I want to get this lined up because we need to get, you know what? More than we need this done, we need this. Because we need this oxygen tank to be transferred to this one here, which then transfers to this, which then hopefully, I don't know that it'll go in there, but we'll see. Yeah, there we go. That's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, I know it's a lot of building here, guys, but you know, that's kind of what happens. Alright, cool. Actually, you know what? I think this would be better served getting us oxygen. Alright. Alright, we're gonna have a limited food situation, because honestly, we need the air more than we need the food. Yeah, let's see. This one here. It's gonna suck until the freaking thing gets here. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna drop that. We're gonna actually, let's drop everything in here. Yeah. Because we're about to die from asphyxiation, I think. Unless, wait a minute. Can we get, wait, I got an idea. I don't know that I'll be able to make it in 5 minutes, but we're gonna give it a try. If we can get in our base, our little safe harbor here, and then be able to cycle into it and get oxygen, but I don't think we're going to be fast enough, guys. I really don't think so, because look, we're already down to 3. Oh, it's going to be tight. Yep, here we go.
Your health is low.
I can't get...
Is critical.
Oh, we died right when the air got to it. Oh, man. That's okay. We didn't have any of our good tools or anything in there, so it was not the end of the world. And that is why we did what we did. Let's see. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump over here. Let's go ahead and grab a drill. And then one of our multitudes of enhanced tools. And really having the sidearm doesn't do any good. And having that doesn't do any good either. So we'll just go with this. And I think at this point, honestly, we need to start thinking about shooting over to some of these rocks looking for ice. And the reason being is, of course, I'm not interested in running out of air again. So yeah, we're on an ice hunt, guys. We need to find ice. We should probably also keep track of where the ores are, so if we want to sell some, we can, or transport them. Alright, what do we got in here? Anything? We want ice. Come on, man. Give us ice. This is cramping my style, not having the air, and I'm not really in a good position to head back to the station and recharge. Okay. Alright, so we got silicone, huh? Alright, up. SI. Oh, for the love of Pete. Okay, let's try this again. SI. Alright, cool. Now, let's see. Sometimes there is ice on silicone rocks too. Sometimes they mix up their ores. It doesn't ever hurt to check. But I am inclined to believe that that's all the ore we got here. Alright, let's check some of these other rocks here, see what comes up on them. Oh wait, whoa, ice, ice, where do I see it? Yay! Oh my gosh, this is so cool, guys. Man, this is perfect, guys, this is perfect. Alright. Okay, let's go ahead and collect some. Usually I come in from the backside or something, but this time we're going straight on in. Oh, this is so nice. Okay, so what I need to do is we're going to need to do some creative work with regards to this ice. Where is our... Yeah, there it is. Alright. Okay. Oh, that worked out perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off all of our air tank, all of the tanks attached to my grid. So I do not want that H2O2 gen filling up anything. So first order of business is to get those every tank. So let's see here, engines are off, okay. Hydrogen tank. Hydrogen tank. Yep, 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 yep. Okay. Because I just want to run off of that generator. Off. And then we'll go up to the generator. And it is on. Okay, good. So let's drop some ice. And then while we're at it, I'm guessing it probably pulled my tanks in. So that's what I was really looking forward to doing, is getting those tanks set up. I don't know that I need to worry about the hydrogen one, but the oxygen tanks, hell yeah we do. Alright, good. Now we are not going to be doing that whole, oh gee, oxygen dead. We do have our thing here to build up oxygen here. So I almost feel like I want to do one tank. Yeah, let's do one tank. And then that way we've got oxygen and set. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and let that ice roll into there. Because then that way these oxygen farms can go ahead and bring us what we need. Alright, we need more motors. Of course we do. Because that's what this always needs, is motors. Motors, more motors, need a few more motors. Alright, anything in there now? Okay, good, we'll take this off of here. Alright, and I don't believe there's anything down in here. Nope. I think we took everything out. Yep, we sure did. Alright, cool. Alright, now we're looking for anything else that has motors. I think timer block will take you, but you don't have motors, you just have other things. Okay, let's see here. Whole lot of steel plates. Yeah, I think the rest of that is just all steel plates. I don't see anything else. Okay, got that. And that. Alright, up and over we go. And down we come. Alright. Oh, that's right, we have this deal here we need to take off of, put it up here so we can get some stuff on that. Let's see here, what do we got? Oh yeah, we got enough to get this going. And not enough to get that going. Well, at least we can get a little bit of air going. Oh, what if we did this? Yeah. What if we did that? And we don't have any motors in those, okay. Because I'm thinking if we can get this one hooked in, we just need 4 more motors to make that happen. And honestly, alright, what do we got for this tank? Did this tank fill up? Nope, still going. No problem. No problem. Alright, let's see here. Alright, got all those done. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking, guys. I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to put something else here. Because we could, and we could just, you know, rearrange how that goes. Alright. Alright, cool. That's done. Let's see, do we have anything else down here that needs finishing, repairing? Well, yeah. We actually need you repaired, but for now, you are not going to be an issue. Ow. Well, I'm going to smack my head into the engines because I just can't seem to get enough of that kind of behavior, I guess. Alright, that should get a lot of oxygen loaded into the system. Wow, look at that. That's just flowing in there, man. That's what we like to see. Alright, we got a pretty good layout here, I think. Let's see here. No, it's fully loaded. Fully loaded. Do I have any glass? No. And that's fully loaded. Okay. So those are all set and ready to go. We don't have anything else to do with that. And the girders, we got that. Okay. I'm looking to see, yeah, just these things here, but we have to get rid of some stuff before we can do anything with that. So I think for the most part, this part is all set up and ready to go. So we'll have to do our underneath work. That one we're gonna have to go like that. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and let's see what we got going on here. But first things first, we have to 2 motors. Not any more than that. So we might as well see where we can put them with the most effect. Put them here. Alright, cool. Okay, now let's go ahead and see what else we can throw in here. What do we got? Yeah, we got a few components here. Let's go ahead and try to get some stuff in here. I'm still on the fence about this, guys. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, I'm not doing that. We're gonna tear those. We're gonna weld these, but these things here we're definitely tearing out and putting conveyoring in place.
Energy low.
All right. Alright, so that gets all those guys their stuff. Alright. And then let's get this one here. Okay, so we've literally gotten everything we can get on this current framework. So let's go ahead and drop this down here. Oh yeah, and let's...
critical.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead and sit in here for a second. Then I think we're going to go through and I think I'll off camera probably grind down all the metal in that base because it's going to take a while. And I don't want you guys to have to go through all that. I mean, could, but it would take a lot of boring time. So, yeah. What's that? Oh, I think that's the sun coming up. Alright. Let's see what we got here. I think we've... I mean, I suppose there's always a chance that there might be glass in those, but I don't think so. Alright, so... Okay, we've got almost all the pipes out of here. See, the pipes are really important. I'm getting everything off of here that's important that I can't make with the survival kit because those are pretty dang critical. Okay, why? I was gonna say, I don't know why you're acting like that. Yeah, get all these. We'll need the pipes, but really the biggest stumbling block we're running into, honestly. Uh-oh. Oh, wait a minute. I was like, oh no, what's going on with this thing? And then it dawned on me, oh yeah. Yeah, that's what's going on. We're denying it its ability to dump hydrogen at the moment. Okay. So I think we got all of the rest of it's all steel interior plates and the oh, what do you call it? Construction components. I don't know why I was having such a problem with that. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to look for anything else we are going to grind down. Of importance, that is. No. Alright, Okay, so the tricky part is going to be, let's see here. No, I don't want cargo terminal 3. I want the industrial, there we go. Alright. We're gonna drain a bunch of stuff in there, that's for sure. Alright, so let's go ahead, and we don't need this in place. Alright, so now we go around that if we take well, we could actually have left that there, but yeah, we need pipes and motors. And then we can connect that. Once we connect that to this, then we'll be good to go. So while we're at it, let's go ahead and get that cleared out. Okay, that was done. Cool, and we got that. Before I set that up, I'm gonna go down here and use these motors to connect some of those. One more I will be able to get. Oh wait. Motors. We need 2 motors that does not have motors in it. Because, you know, that would make it too easy. Of course it would. Alright, let's see here. We got 40. Good there. We're going to go ahead and set this one up. Now we've got a little bit of algae farming. Alright. And that leaves us with some grids and stuff like that, which we'll use for this. Which also needs motors. Of course you do. Everybody wants a motor. Everybody loves motors, apparently. Okay. Motors in here? No. Now, can we make motors off of our survival kit? Oh my gosh! How did I miss those? Oh man. I forgot about that, guys. We set up this thing to make a ton of them. Wow, okay. Well, motors are no longer a problem anymore, so let's go get some motor done. Alright, cool. Wow. This is crazy, guys. I really need to decide on that fuel tank up here because, really and truthfully, as soon as we get this fuel tank filled, then it's a done deal. So the question is, we really need to decide what we're going to do about this.
Energy low.
We don't have the glass. That's the biggest thing I'm thinking about with these things is we just don't have the glass. So,
Storm inbound.
as much as I would very much find that interesting, let's not do it. Alright, so, and the only thing missing on this is computer components, of which we already put some in. And do we have more computer components somewhere else? I'm looking. We do, we have 7 there. But I don't know that there's any others. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. That's okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to take this down. And we're going to... Where is our... And we'll put that there. Alright, so now we got our cockpit in place. And I think we're good as far as glass is concerned. Yeah. Alright, cool. So now we're in... Oh yeah, nice. A military enforcer. Well, that's okay. Just don't come shooting here. We don't need that kind of trouble. Really don't. Alright, so let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and do some work. Paint-wise, because I want this thing to be a certain way. Alright. Turn you. Okay. Alright, go down. Okay. So that's good. So we got that done. We've got a whole lot more materials to work with as far as the motors. So now we can get this whole row done. So now we got room for our airlocks. Gotta love it. Alright, let's see here. So let's get our doors placed. God, you know what I really want to do? Honestly, this is gonna be crazy, but I want to do a bunch of doors that have like this, have like the I don't want the door that is gonna go there. I want the door that's like, where is it? Where are you? Oh yeah, I want the round door, this door, but it's like I can't. Oh, well, it's got a sensor on it. That's kind of cool. But a problem with this door is if I do it like this, and I gotta do it really tall. And I don't want to do tall. And if I go, I just feel like this would be the perfect door to use. Like, I really do. I feel like it would be a really good door to use, but unfortunately we can't. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, I didn't really want to have to use that door. We could use this door, I guess. I mean, that's okay. Alright. Well, if I use this door, though, we'll have to put some railings on the outside, too. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it'll do. But I can do the other kind with this. Oh wait, but if I do the other kind, I can't do it with this. Well, I could do it with this, actually. Yeah, I could. Alright, so we're gonna go with this, and we're gonna go... Really? Like that. Boom. Okay, and we're gonna do another door over here. I just like these doors a lot for this. I think they'll look really, really cool. Okay, and then here, we're gonna do the same door, but this time we'll flip it upside down like this. And we'll do the same thing right here. Because we're gonna have to do it anyway, because we're gonna have this covered up here too, all the way over to there. So that works out just fine. So that gives us our doorways, along with the doorway over to here. And then we'll have a ladder right here. Interior plates, okay. Okay, now this area back here is frickin' hell. I'm really tempted, honestly, to move those two things, put two huge hydrogen tanks in the back. And I'm just so tempted to do that, but if I do that, I'm gonna have to, because those freaking large giant thrusters that we'd use to land is just gonna be like madness. I mean, it's just like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do, guys, you know? So, I mean, I definitely want ion drives on the sides, and we'll put some fins out on it, but I kind of want it to be elevated up a little bit, and I want to be able to set it up so that we have enough room for thrusters to go below, you know? I don't want the large thrusters to, the large landing thrusters, that's what I want to be able to build into this, but I just don't see how we can do that and maintain the size of what we've got going on. I should, let's look at this. Okay, so down here, yeah, it's gonna hang down like 3 blocks. Is there any way we can like plug a plus in there? But we can't, because if we do that, it'll screw with our air tightness. Yeah. Because here's what I'm challenged with, guys, is we're trying to, I want to be able to have, you know, some thrusters going down. But there's a problem. If I do that, look how far down that sucker goes. I mean, that's just too much. Just way, way too much. Now we could put it over here, and if we put it over here, it would bring it up quite a bit, particularly if we brought it up to like this level here. And that could be a way to do it. Have like 4 downward thrusting large thrusters. So, but if we do that, well, we do have the battery, but we got a battery on the other side, so we have to be mindful of that. So this would be the highest we could go. So if we did like this at this level, we can't really illustrate it because of this thing there. Let's see if we can do it on this side. Okay, so right at there. Alright, let's see how far down that goes. Well, that's not too bad. It still looks huge though. But we would be moving our deals a little further out to the sides. And that's okay. I don't mind that. It does mean we're going to be a bit wider. Ah! Stop roasting me, dude. I don't want a suntan. Alright, what are we looking at here? 92%, which means we probably burned through all the oxygen. I mean, all the ice. I'm gonna guess the ice is done. Yep. It's okay. Alright, so, about the same level. And then we're gonna have, that's about the same level all the way across. So it will stick out one little bit. But if I'm gonna do a landing ship, that kind of makes sense in a way. And then we have vectoring thrusters around, but that would definitely give us the capability to land on a planet surface with this bad boy, especially if, good gravy, especially if we put in some parachute packs and use that to save on hydrogen and just parachute to the landing and then use the thrusters to lift off. I mean, that would be definitely something would be kind of useful, but I'm not really keen on how big they are. I mean, that's some seriously big, bulky stuff, though. But, you know, that could be a thing to do. And we could actually work it further in deeper. If we set it up here on each side, right here, we could get it in right about there. Yeah. Unless we back it onto the, well, we could back it onto this and go up one more. Yeah. Okay.
Energy low.
So that leaves the hydrogen tank. We're one down, but I want to take it up one more notch. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna get this thing charged up again. Alright, let's see here. Another thing we want to think about is solar panels on this thing too. Alright, that's in place. Good, good, good. Ow. Alright, so... really need to get this backside figured out, though. I'm thinking twin hydrogen tanks up high, and then... yeah. But we don't really have to go with the whole hydrogen thruster thing either if we don't want to. But I do like the idea of this being up higher. I really do. And then we set these thrusters up on the back. 8 thruster forward thrust. Hydrogen thrust as well. I like it. Alright, so we need to bring... we're going to do a couple of things. First of all, this is going to go. Or actually, you know what?
Inventory full.
Yep, we're going to pull all these off. We're going to slap them into this thing here. Oh wait, we have all these full. That's right. Duh! I knew that. Alright, let's drop all these up in here. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't take that yet. No. Okay, and why is there 30... ah, man. I can put that up here and get some more food. Does this thing have... oh. Stop it. There we go. Make us some food. Alright. So we're going to disassemble this aft section here because I am going to redesign this. I don't want to... I have this idea, but I think these thrusters need to be elevated more. And if we do this right, we might even get away with a little bit of, I don't know, I thought about doing like a 3 hydrogen...
Inventory full.
Alright, let's get these things done.